First of all, welcome to the webinar that's co-hosted by QRDI, which is Qatar's Research Development Institute Innovation Council, with the Ministry of Education and Higher Education Qatar. I'll be your moderator, Ali Bakhamis from QRDI Council. And with us, we'll have the panelists, Mr. Hakim from the Ministry of Education and Higher Education. We will go in a simple manner through what is QRDI and what does the QOI Qatar Open Innovation Program does. Then we will explain briefly and hear from Mr. Hakim about the innovation call, which is the Immersive Edutainment for Foundational Competencies Challenge. And then I will go through the process of submitting a proposal, and we'll end the session with a Q&A so you can get all the information that we may have missed, or you would add some additional questions. I'm going to move to the next slide. So what is Qatar Open Innovation? Before we go into this program specifically, we'll start by giving a background on QRDI, which was formed in 2018 to drive research, development, and innovation in Qatar. And we have set the RDI strategy on a national level in 2020, which we have been acting upon. And Qatar Open Innovation Program is one of the many programs under the council, and it directly links between the challenge owners and what we'd like to call the innovators or the solution providers. In this case, we have the Ministry of Education as the challenge owner, and hopefully one of the companies that do get this call will be the solution provider. And this slide just shows how or what we would like to achieve. And through Qatar Open Innovation, as you may have seen, it is a piloting program to create a POC that the opportunity owners have issues or pain points or face. And through Qatar Open Innovation, this can be achieved over the course of a certain time frame. And hopefully once this proof of concept is achieved, we can continue, or hopefully the path continues by having this POC as an entryway to Qatar's industry, to Qatar's startup culture, and to also procure this solution for the opportunity owner. Did we skip a slide? Okay. So these are some of the unique opportunities that are offered due to this program on a local and global scale for all innovators. So if you are local in Qatar, you can still utilize this. And if you're global as well, you're more than welcome. Because once you develop a POC, you can go or move to the next step by commercializing this solution. And we will do our best to connect you through different entities that may utilize this. The potential of commercial agreements with different LLEs and government agencies. You can, for global innovators, you can register your company in Qatar, and this will be facilitated by us. Also, the access to local incubators and accelerators. And lastly, you can gain access to the Qatari and GCC market through this opportunity. These are some of the LLEs and government entities that we have worked with. We have published 86 calls through the Open Innovation Program. For global innovators, you may not recognize some of the ministries, but for example, Qatar Airways, Al Jazeera, HIA, which is known as Matar, are one of the known companies or LLEs in Qatar. And we have a great track record with them. And in total, we have 25 opportunity owners so far, but we're looking to expand as well. Just adding to the previous slide, we have 86 published calls, 77 closed, 49 awarded projects, and 20 completed projects, with future commercialization opportunities. Now I will hand the stage over to Mr. Halcom, and he will explain the challenge call from the ministry side.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for participating in such potential and engagement with the Ministry of Education and QRDI. Let me introduce myself. I'm Hakim Mutawa. I'm an e-learning, senior e-learning specialist and head of EdTech and digital solution within the ministry. I will introduce some sort of our strategic or values from the ministry side. We, as the Ministry of Education and Higher Education, we have a strategy from 2024 to 2030 under the slogan of igniting the flame of learning, أو إيقاد شعلة التعلم in Arabic. And this is aligned with the third national development strategy of the state of Qatar as a significant step toward achieving Qatar National Vision to 2030, and it aims to develop an integrated educational system that fosters creativity and innovation and prepare a generation occupied for successful professional lives. This strategy serves as a roadmap for building a sustainable knowledge-based future, strengthening an innovation-driven economy, and empowering future generations to become leaders within their communities. Why we choose igniting the flame of learning as a slogan? The slogan was chosen to reflect Qatar's vision and ambition to build a comprehensive educational ecosystem that sparks a passion for learning among generations and inspires them to achieve excellence. The slogan was an idea of education as a guide and a beacon that eliminates the paths of creativity and leadership for future generations. In our mission, we are focusing on this with our values: responsibility, excellence, and quality, innovation, and effective communication. This is a brief or a generic brief about the ministry, our strategic and objectives through our roadmap. Next slide, please. I will talk right now about our challenge, our seeking solution, and I will start with the problem, what we are focusing right now. That in our system, we are the ministry is committed to enhancing student achievement and engagement, particularly in foundational competencies assessed by global benchmarking, such as PISA, TIMSS, and PEARLS. You know, such kind of global exams and global ranking and benchmarking over the educational ecosystem all over the world. But our continuous efforts to innovate and optimize educational outcomes, we face the traditional teaching methods challenges in fully engagement or motivating students who increasingly interact with stimulating environments such as gaming, social media outside of the school, videos, reels, and different kind of media that is famously or widely used by early students. This creates a gap in classroom engagement, impacting student motivation, performance, and overall learning outcomes. And existing digital learning platforms, primarily like learning management system, utilize education in a traditional method, enhanced, even if it is enhanced with gamification or light types of gamification like points, badges, and such kinds of values. But it's at the end of the day, it's only an educational with a flavor of gaming. So what we are seeking, Ryan, is the solutions that we are seeking or searching for is a fully game-based immersive edutainment platform. And it should be an enhancing student engagement aligned with our curriculum, with our values, with our give us a full insights or analysis or mastery analysis for the whole system, a knowledge map for the students, and at the same time the students are playing, having fun, engaged their education, not on the normal or the traditional ways. So once again, our framework should have an AI adaptive engine, cognitive based sequencing, gamification layer. Yeah, even it is a game-based platform, but also we need to have some rankings, some leaderboards, some different, some announcement and or show up levels of students and who is doing well and who is moving forward easily on the system. Also, it should be in a micro learning or even a nano learning approach, showing the information to students in a very tiny pieces, in a very quick reels or very quick memes, like the normal ways that they see on the social media or normal media all over. Also, we need to have some sort of integration with the learning management system. Our learning management system branding under the name of Qatar Education, with our secure cloud infrastructure, and this also will be maintained on the next level of scalability and implementation of the platform nationwide. Next slide, please. So, in brief, our technical requirements is to have a solution that meet our requirements, which is an immersive interactive gameplay. It's not an educational platform. It's not a learning management system. It's not an e-content platform. It's a very immersive and interactive gameplay with the full meaning of it. Also, we should have some multi-user interface. The students should not only play or interact with the virtual object only, but also collaborate with peers and engage in hands and simulated experiments. Multiplayer or collaborative modes should allow students to learn together and in a shared virtual space. Also, educator friendly customization tool. We need also to have a human in loop or teacher on top of the loop. We should have some tools that allow educator to create or adjust virtual worlds, scenarios, characters, and educational content without requiring extensive technical skills. Also, Arabic language and culture relevance is a must. We should support for Arabic language, right to left text alignment, and the ability to integrate with local relevant characters, scenarios, and narratives. Also, we should consider some using the platform through tablets, laptops, web browsers, or we can optionally use virtual reality headsets or augmented reality devices. For the security and the system integration, I think you should comply with our national cybersecurity regulations and to maintain the student data in all levels. For the performance criteria, I think we have two main KPIs, which is level of engagement from the student side and also the ease of use from the teacher side. And we should have some in detail KPIs for each of them, which will be considered on the next levels of implementation and so on. This is an overall or a brief about the challenge, and I'm done from my side right now. And maybe if there is any questions or clarifications. I think we should have
Thank
something.
you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Hakim.
yeah,
We will address the questions at the end, and Hakim will be with us.
yeah.
Just to continue on how to submit a proposal. So you can either go through the website directly, or you can scan the barcode. And this is the challenge, as you see in the image here, immersive edutainment for foundational competencies. This is a clearer version of it. You can see how much the funding is, the duration, and even the challenge code, what priority areas it falls under. And you can apply by just clicking apply here, which will lead you to this page. And you can just simply register by creating an account and complete all the account creation fields, your applicant information, any needed information, and then just continue with the process simply. Once you finish all of that, this is the page you will see, and then you can put in everything you need in the application form. And don't worry, you can do any modifications needed up until the deadline of the application phase, which I believe we have it in the slide. It's near the end of March. It's on the 23rd of March. Just the key points, fill in all the fields, tick all the relevant boxes, add as much information as you can, and you can still modify everything as long as the deadline has not passed. Just a note that the maximum allowed size for submission of the deck and the pitch video should be 50 megabytes, no more. And just to reiterate, the due date is the 23rd of March. So it's in almost a month and a week from now. Now we will move on to the Q&A sessions. I will simply start reading the questions and just answering them verbally. Hopefully it does satisfy. If there is any question that is targeted to the Ministry of Education, I will have Hakim answer instead of me. So the first question is, could you please clarify whether it's a requirement for solution providers to have a registered presence in Qatar, or whether international companies, for example, UK-based, can submit independently if local presence is required? And would it require a partnership with Qatari entity? Just simply no need to be in Qatar or have a Qatari entity as a partner. You can apply from anywhere, and we would accept any company as long as they have a clear track record that we can see. The next question is, what is the targeted age? I will have Hakim answer this question as he might be better. Hakim, if you can answer this question.
Yeah, I think this is something to be considered, to be discussed later. But we will, for the purpose of a proof of concept or a pilot, we will choose or focus on one grade. Typically, it should be in the middle schools, grade 7, 8, or 9. But this is something we will discuss it in details once we have an awarded vendor. And on the level of gap analysis, we should agree with which level or which grade we will target. But only on the POC or the pilot, we will focus on only one grade.
Perfect, thank you. Moving on to the next question. Is the open call intended for developing the full platform, or is it required that the platform already meets all the listed requirements at the time of application? Hakim, if you can take this question.
Yeah. I think it's no. I mean, we need to have a proposal right now. We need to have a vision or a plan for developing this. And I think this is also something related to the QRDI approach itself. We will provide you with some fund, but if you have the application and it's already running and need only some customization and localization, no worries, it's okay. So
Yes.
whatever it is or ready made or already exist, it works fine. It's good for me. And if you need some time to develop it and to to bring some prototypes and some um, 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 platforms to pilot it and prove the concept which you proposed on your submission. I agree, برضو, and I'm good with it. Okay.
Just to add to what Hakim mentioned, that the budget is 100,000 US dollars, and we just want to reiterate that. So as long as it fits within that budget, then the proof of concept should be fine. Once the ministry, for example, likes the work, then we can move on to how we can scale it up and commercialize for their exact needs. And these are discussions for the future after the proof of concept has been made. Moving on to the next question. Hopefully, I don't skip any. I understand that the requirements looks at just the areas of natural sciences and engineering and technology. However, we can just one subject, for example, biology, when submitting the proposal to help explain the process better. I also think Hakim should answer this. Yes.
It should be fine. Yani, for the proposal, for the submission, you can choose whatever clarify your point of view or your perspective. No worries. You can choose one only. Yeah.
Just to follow up with Hakim, as long as it fits the budget and the time constraints, then we'll see how we can do as much as possible for the POC within that given framework, let's say. Um, okay, the next question. We are currently a QRDI funded SME under a separate project. Can you please confirm that previously funded companies are eligible to apply for this challenge, provided the proposed solution is distinct as it's not overlap in scope? Yes, absolutely. You can keep applying. There's no issues in that. Moving on to the next question. Is this primarily focused on improving scores on international assessments? It is going to be only for one academic subject or for multiple subjects? Can it be focused on just one? How can please?
The first part is about the international assessment, visa and terms and conditions. This is the KPIs. This is the target. This is the objective to enhance the scores of such kind of assessments. Other than our own curriculum, and our own curriculums is already um, um, maintained or tailored for the ministry, but we need to have something other than our curriculum to enhance such kind of scores. So yes, for the first part, and on the second part, for the POC, we have a limited scope, so we can focus on math or science or specific subject, but on the next levels or for the next implementation, if you are if the system or the platform is scalable and we can you proved that it can be utilized in a nationwide implementation, we will have all you should have a way to expand it to all subjects, to all grades.
Thank you, Hakim.
Yeah.
The next question is all subjects or focusing on one subject. This has been answered already. The one after, is the solution intended for nationwide implementation or pilot programs initially? I think Hakim also just covered that, but just to add, the POC is just for piloting. Once it is good, then you can look into nationwide implementation, as Hakim mentioned. The next question is, will the solution be contracted under an annual licensing model, SAS, or is the expectation to deliver the full platform under a one-time perpetual license? We'll go with Hakim on this one as well.
I think this is a very early stage to consider something like this. We should focus right now on only the POC and the pilot level that is funded by QRDI. On the next level, we don't have any commitment, we don't have any guarantee to go with a specific model. We will choose our as the benefit for both sides. It's a win-win situation. If we like the solution from your side, we should take the benefit from use it. as a SaaS or a hybrid model or whatever. But I think it's very early to answer this right now.
Thank you, Hakim. The next question is also, I think, for Hakim. We understand that the POC does not focus on any specific curriculum, but rather general purpose. Hakim,
Yeah, well, we understand the POC doesn't focus on any specific room, but rather than general. No. It would be the POC. I mean, will focus on our curriculum. I said on my presentations that you should be aligned with our own curriculum, with our own, but our KPIs for the national for the global assessment. Okay, but within the Qatari curriculums, within the Qatari competencies, frameworks, and so on.
Yeah, I think the next question as well is for you, Hakim. If you can, I can read it if you want, or you can read it if you think
Our strength is in building multiplayer XR solutions.
Yeah, our strength is in building multiplayer XR solutions. When you say immersive and interactive gameplay, are you expecting a true XR experience, which is AR, MR, VR with spatial interaction and presence? Or is it a browser-based 3D experience inside LMS Qatar Education sufficient with an XR as an optional enhancement? Very detailed.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah, we are open right now. We need to see an innovative ideas, innovative solutions regarding. We didn't mention specifically using XR or AR or VR. It's an optional, but it should be. As I mentioned, the engagement and the motivation of the students is our main objective. So whatever you develop, whatever you propose that can raise or increase this engagement or motivation, it will be accommodated easily, inshallah.
Perfect. The next question is regarding curriculum alignment. Will the Ministry of Education and Higher Education provide access to content, modules for foundational subjects, allowing solution providers to focus primarily on building the immersive XR platform and adaptive infrastructure? Or is the expectation that providers develop both the platform and the full instructional content end to end?
Already, this is we will have provide access to content modules for sure. Once we have an agreement, I will share with you all kind of content. We will have a lot of meetings, interviews, discussion, brainstorming with a subject matter expert from the ministry side to answer all of your questions, provide you with any type of content, and so on. For the parts for no, it will be a combination. You will take some from our side as a content, as textbooks, guidebooks for teachers, assessments, competencies framework, and you can embed it within your solution or platform.
Thank you. The next
instructional, both ways can work. For the last one about the full instructional content end to end. It depends. From my experience, it should have a full instructional content. As a game, it's not a dynamic. If you go with a very generic or a very dynamic, flexible platform, it will be sort of learning management system. I think it should have full instructional content end to end.
Hope that answers the question. The next one is artwork licenses owned by ministries part of this amount. So they mean, are the artworks licenses, are they owned by the ministry? Are they included in this amount? Can you reformulate this question, please?
Yeah, please.
Because it's not very clear. If you mean the amount as in the $100,000 or something else. Artwork licenses owned by ministry, part of this amount. Is it artwork? Maybe it's not artwork, it's our work licenses owned by ministry, part of this amount. So are the work licenses owned by the ministry part of the QRDI fund?
I didn't get the question. Excuse me.
Me neither. I'm not sure what the question is exactly.
Yeah.
But this was the last question. So if you have any questions, please let us know if we have addressed everything or not. Um, mm, okay, I don't think we have any more questions. And if that's, oh, here it comes. Does the artwork made for this project will be licensed from the ministry? Is it included in the fund?
This is, I think this is your part, Ali.
Because they're asking about licensing for the ministry. On our
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
we're not going to mention, we don't deal with the licensing part. Yeah, this can be negotiated between you, like between the solution provider and the challenge owner on how the licensing will be done. But we don't have any reservations neither way or how it goes. Um, but the fund is clearly is for piloting and for creating this POC. So any licensing activities, patenting is not included in this fund. I hope that answers the question. We'll just wait for maybe 2 more minutes just to see if we have any updates on the questions. And if we don't, we will probably be ending this session. If you have more, you can always add it in the chat or by raising the hand function. And you can always contact us at the email provided down, which is QOI@qrdi.org.qa. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
your
Alex.
time. Yeah. Have a good day or a night from wherever you are. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, assalamu alaikum.